All right, hello, welcome. Welcome to March. We have made it. I can't believe. I know I say this like every time like we hit a new month, I can't believe we're here, but it just seems like time is going by so quickly. And so March is here. I told you guys every month this year we're going to do a new theme. And so this month for March, we're going to talk about finances and taxes. And I think it's really important to start this discussion by just talking about the fact that it's okay to have these discussions. It's okay to talk about money and finances. I remember growing up, like money wasn't really talked about a whole lot. And so I think like a lot of people, I kind of stumbled into my 20s, and Jeff and I got married when I was 21. So we kind of like stumbled, into, okay, finances. And, I think a lot of people think that because I have a degree in accounting, that there were all these money courses and personal finance courses, but they don't really teach this stuff in high school or college. I know they had personal finance classes when I was in high school, but the track that I was on in high school, you didn't take those classes. You were taking AP this and AP that, and trying to get up the ranks so you can get into better colleges. And so I remember walking on campus the first time I got to college, and it was like, oh, get a free t-shirt, sign up for this credit card, sign up for that credit card. And like a lot of 18, 19, 20-year olds, I racked up debt, and I racked up student loan debt, and there wasn't a lot of discussion. I didn't know any better, right? And most people don't know any better because we don't talk about these things. And so I really want us as a society to get to the point where we say, you know what, it's okay to talk about money. It's okay to teach your kids about money. And I think one of the things that a lot of parents are really wary about is like, well, I wish they would just teach in the schools. And I think a lot of that's because we're not really comfortable having that discussion because we don't know the best things to do as parents. And so I want to spend all of this month talking about finances, talking about money, and helping you do money better so that you can teach your kids to do money better. And we can have this multi-generational conversation about credit cards and mortgages and car payments and saving for retirement and all these things that we really wish somebody would have taught us, but since they didn't, we're not going to teach our kids either. And so that's the discussion I want to have this month. Now, listen, if you want to have this discussion with me, you can go to askkristen.net and you can submit your questions. And these are the things we're going to talk about this month. Okay. So I'd love for you to submit your questions. There are no stupid questions. I think lots of people, they said when I was growing up, I didn't have this knowledge either. And I had to go out and I had to find it. And I did a lot of studying and I read a lot of books. And so I want to be here to serve as a resource for you in your business. So if you got personal finance questions, business finance questions, tax questions, happy to answer those for you. But I'd love to have this discussion going. So as we start this month, I know a lot of you have either started businesses or you want to start a business. And one of the questions that I get a lot is, how much money do I need to make? Like, people just kind of go into business and they know that they want to make money, but they're not sure how much. And so in order to answer that question, you need to really think about what you want your life to look like. Because making it looks different for everybody. And for us, the vision that we had of our life was for Jeff and I to be home with Eric and to be able to raise Eric on our terms, to be able to make our own rules, to be able to live somewhere where we could go out in the winter because it was warm enough, right? And we wanted to have the kind of business where we're not chained to our desks all day. And so, I'm not striving to have, a 7-figure business. I just want us to be okay and be comfortable and be able to put some money away. Like I said, not have to work like a tremendous number of hours every day. And I know for a lot of you, you want security in your finances, but you don't really know what that means. And so you don't know how much money you need to make. You don't know what that goalpost looks like. So I'd love for you to really start putting some hard numbers down. And if you don't know what your numbers look like, I encourage you to figure out how much money you need to make each month. And if this is something that you need help with, go to askkristen.net, submit that question, okay? And I'll be happy to go through that this month. But I really want you to start thinking about, okay, how much money do I need to make each month to have the type of lifestyle that I want to have? Because once you have that number, you have a goalpost to hit, right? So we had somebody in bookkeeper training school the other day that said, listen, I want to make $5,000 a month. And so we said, okay, if you want to make $5,000 a month, the average monthly client right now, because we pulled people in bookkeeper training school. We said, how much is your average monthly client? People said about $300 a month. And we said, okay, so you need 17 clients to hit $5,000 a month. And it was interesting because when we talked about that, she was like, oh, wow, that's totally doable. That sounds totally reasonable. And so I think sometimes we think that our dreams are not possible because we just don't have enough information to figure out whether or not it is. And so that's what I want to look at this month. I want to look at what is it going to take for you to feel secure, to feel safe in your own finances. And then let's talk about how to get you there. And what does that look like for you to get there? So that's what March is going to be all about. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about taxes. There's nothing that's off the table. You can go to askkristen.net. The site is in the description of this video. Submit your questions. I'm going to be going live all month long to talk about this stuff. All right. Can't wait to have this discussion with you guys. I think it's going to be awesome. All right. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll talk to you soon.